With Do. I'm Josh.
I'm Shae.
And this is another exciting episode of Two Dudes with Do. Today, we have a dew that we have not tried yet. It's called Mountain Dew Spiked. The raspberry lemonade spiked with prickly pear cactus. I know some of you are out there like, it's been out there forever. We just haven't drank it yet.
I haven't been interested in the spiked brand. The lemonade was okay, you know.
Yeah, I enjoy pretty much all Mountain Dew, except for...
That's smell factor, though.
Yeah, we've only ever had one Mountain Dew that we really didn't... Well, that's good. Didn't really care for, and that was MOK. We don't really care for MOK.
It was, not that bueno.
It was just, eh. And, of course, we're trying them on our very, very, I don't know what the word to use for this.
Well, I mean, Mountain Dew is considered gaming. This is a gaming shot glass.
Yeah, this is our official gaming shot glasses that we are trying them in. You guys can find those at Target if you're special enough to go and find them soon.
They're pretty easy to find.
I think they're going to be going out of stock, so you'll have to get them online if you're going to get them.
That smells so good.
Here we go. To speed.
And revive. Both quickness in some aspects.
Very good. It wouldn't have won the game.
No.
If you guys know, you'll hear us sometimes say it wouldn't have won. That's actually us talking about
the original Dew taste test.
We had a 21, 22, I think is what it was.
22.
We had 22 Dews that we had to go through. It probably was 19, honestly. We had 22 Dews that we had to go all the way through. We tested each one, ranked them on a scale from 1 to 10, and then the top 8 went into a elimination round to say who the best was. And of course, we were all shocked. When I say all, me and him,
yes,
and my wife. We were shocked to say who won because honestly, we didn't think it would win.
No, I think it's not funny. Like we're shocked, and it's
voltage.
It's voltage.
Yeah, you guys can go check that out. I know we just spoiled it. Sorry.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
But you can go and look back on the videos. It doesn't have a ton of views, so I know you guys that are watching us now probably haven't gone back to the archives and watched all of them because I know they're long.
They are very long.
We've been working on not going as long, but you guys can go
I'm
back.
just saying, if we ever redo these, we now have actual shot glass. So
an actual flavor chat. You guys can go back and watch the full one, and then you can watch the decision later.
This is really good, though. I do enjoy it.
It's very tasty. We'll have that on hand. Also, working on a mug.
Ooh.
Yes, I haven't told you about that. I'm working on a coffee mug that we'll actually have on set from now on. So we
kind of like how a Good Mythical Morning has.
Kind of, but actually, you'd be surprised how many actual podcasts have a mug that they sell.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, people like mugs.
I mean, hey, if you're a morning coffee drinker,
I guess, yeah. So I'm actually going to make us both a mug, specifically to us. They won't be able to be purchased right away, but they're going to be teasing you the whole time.
Just boom, Shae.
Yeah, and so we'll have those on the set. We're gonna slowly pull away from Ironite, unfortunately. For Ironite, maybe I'll put a sticker on the bottom of it showing Ironite. I don't know.
Just Ironite.
maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided quite yet what I'm going to do exactly.
I really enjoy little shot glasses I got.
Yeah, I like them for tasting everything, but to drink, I don't want to have to sit here and drink out of a can.
A shot.
So I'd like to have a mug to drink out of.
Yeah.
I would feel more like a talk show host.
This is some good fine dew.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as you guys know, that's our little warm-up for you guys, so you can get into the zone with us. Into the zone. Drink some dew.
The auto copyright.
Drink the dew. Drink the dew.
Whatever you say, voice in my head. I don't know.
Ho, ho, ho. Drink dew every day.
I don't know how the chuggability would be for this. It seems smooth, but the taste doesn't seem like it could be.
It is a spiked. You have to admit when you drink the spikes, they're not chugging drinks. They're definitely like a bam in your face real quick. I like it though. It's tasty. Sure. It's non-alcoholic.
Yep.
Big deal. Caffeine is 72 milligrams, so not as much as some
140 calories for us.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
Appreciate it. So there we go.
It's got a blue one.
So guys. As you know, since you clicked in, you watched the title, you saw the title, you saw the little thumbnail, possibly.
Saw everything. Saw the fancy, specially made by me thumbnail.
You guys know that we're talking about CTR, Crash Team Racing.
That's gonna be a fun one.
Now, here's the deal, guys. As always, we love Crash Bandicoot, and we talked about this just smidgingly
because we had so much to talk about those two parts from Crash v Spyro.
Exactly. So we wanted to go more in depth because the game alone needs more in depthness.
Also, before we go any further, If you do check us out on, what's it called, radio or whatever, where the audio goes?
We'll be on Podcast Addict. You can download us down, and then I'll actually be, I think, on Blueberry is where I actually be uploading all this. So,
okay.
But we'll have a link for you guys to follow it.
I wanted to tell you guys that some of our opinions did change because we record after the two dudes.
Yes. It's not all in the video.
It's not all in the video. There's some there, some there, you know.
If you listen on the radio, you know that we have extra that goes in there sometimes.
We have started doing that. I really do enjoy it. It puts more personal besides just I guess you could say personas of the dudes.
Yeah. I mean, when we talk here, we're talking to a broader spectrum here. And then as soon as we end the video, we actually go into a more personal, in-depth situation on the radio waves.
Yes.
Which is right here. So you guys, if you actually listen to us on the audio only, you'll know that we talk more before and after, just for you guys. So you might want to go follow that, find that. I have it on my phone for free, so you guys can definitely see it. For free. You can listen to it audio. You can plug it right into your car as you're driving to LA and listen to us the whole time. So that is that plug. Thank you very much. I almost forgot to plug that.
I never forget.
We'll put that. We'll have that in the description below eventually. But we're talking about CTR.
Yes,
we didn't give it justice. It needed justice.
It needs its own episode. It's that good.
So, I think where we need to start is the gameplay itself.
Okay.
There are modes.
There are modes.
We touched base on them real quick. There's story mode, which is called adventure mode.
Yes.
Which, yeah. There's time trials. There's
then there's
arcade.
The arcade.
And then there's battle.
Yes.
Now, battle was a unique feature, but it was also similar to other games. But it was just okay.
It felt rushed.
Yeah.
It felt like, hey, let's add this. We got some time.
Yeah,
okay.
there was 3 levels or 4 levels.
Yeah.
And they just, they're all right.
They're okay. They did have their own special item, though.
They did. They did have
invisibility item.
Mm-hmm. Which I would have thought would have been fun for the actual gameplay. But it wouldn't have helped you.
Maybe if you could phase through
a wall.
That's a little bit broken.
Glitchy. I don't know. I mean, maybe if you could jump through somebody, I guess.
Go through someone, but also it makes you have 0 weight, so you go faster.
Oh, that would be cool.
Like a little bit of a boost.
No, that would definitely be cool.
It's not good enough to be a 8th place item, but good enough to be a 4th place item.
Yeah. Also, on top of that, it also had the engine.
Yes.
Which you didn't get to use. You got a turbo booster in the actual racing.
You got a nitro, but this one gave you a whole engine.
It gave you an actual bigger engine, which made you faster for a longer duration. It wasn't just a big boost. It was actual speed boost.
It was the boost.
It was cool. It was very cool to have. And then you could actually get extra boxes that way. And
yes,
it was fun.
It was cool.
The battle, the reason why we touched on it first is it wasn't a whole lot to it. You did it one time, you did it again.
See, the issue was, for me at least, personally...
You only had one person playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't play bots.
No.
So you had to have friends for that.
For some reason... Well, for one, I wasn't allowed to have friends over. My grandparents were very...
cough and it's over.
Yeah, my grandparents were very big on having friends over. When I played it with Shandy, we just this is not fun compared to the regular game.
I played it with my brother and my friend Andrew, and 3-player and 4-player, it was a lot more fun.
2-player? 2-player
was more like a personal attack at each other.
Yeah.
I remember,
especially when you get the three cannonballs. Boom, 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 boom. You just time it for boom, boom.
Yeah, it was rough. It was, or the missiles.
Oh, the missiles. Oh,
because you didn't have to think about it. You could drive past them and then spin real quick and then shoot it again and hit them.
Just drift around the corner.
It was cold. It was very cold.
So bad.
But yeah, so there was that. Also, there was Versus, which was a cup.
Yeah. Which
was in the arcade.
A 1v. It was so you could play with your friends.
Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun. So the battle was fun, but it was a personal attack sometimes.
It lacked consistency.
Yeah. It was just, once you played it the one time, you pretty much figured out how it was going to play the rest of the time.
It was still cool, though. Good game would add, it's something.
Yeah. It wasn't necessarily horrible. It was just not good enough.
No.
I'm sure they could have done better later, but it's fine.
I feel
if they remake it.
Yeah, I feel like they could do something.
Maybe they could add new maps. Just thinking out loud here, guys. Someone want to throw that to somebody else out there that made Crash. Who was that? Yeah.
Hey, Vicarious Visions. It's been like
maybe some new maps.
It's almost been a year since Crash Remastered came out.
By the way, record sales, you might get those same.
3 million in just disc sales.
There you go. So, little thing for you guys.
Hey, what's coming out of our throats there?
I don't know. I think it was the dew. It's spiked. It's messed up. It makes us mad.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the battle was just,
It was meh.
Time trials.
Time trials.
Now, if you watch Shae's channel, he will have a CTR coming up.
Yes.
He did not do time trials.
No.
I'm still trying to convince him to go ahead and do one of the time trials. Just one episode. Just a quick one.
See, the issue, I'm fine with doing the time trials in the actual time trial mode.
Mm-hmm.
I am not fine with doing the time trials in the story mode again.
No. I'm talking about in time trial mode.
Oh, okay.
I want you to go through and I want you to boom, because doesn't end trophy show up on time trial mode only? Mm-hmm. I would like to see that.
And another issue, that means Cortex Castle.
You don't have to do that one. I mean, you're only going to do one episode. You won't be able to do it, obviously. I think you go 1 or 2 episodes tops, because there's only 16 maps.
Yeah.
You go 1 to 2 episodes tops, you run through them all.
Because the issue is you got to play through both maps twice.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you do it one time the first time, and try and get all the best times you can get, right? One shot. And if you get good enough views, you go back to it.
Yeah.
And say, at the end of the thing, say, you know what, guys, if you enjoyed that, hit the like button, give me some comments, and if you get enough, I'll do another
hours on Cortex Castle, I still couldn't get the time.
That's what I think. As a viewer of you, I think. But
yeah,
the reason why I mentioned that is because you can guys actually go watch these maps and stuff. But the time trials, very difficult.
I can always go back to it. I mean, I think after this, we're actually going to play some CTR. Mm-hmm. Feels like we should have played CTR and then came to this, huh?
Nah, we'll do it afterwards. All this will be build up.
Yeah.
It'll feel good.
I feel bad for Josh because he hasn't played it since he's moved.
I'm excited.
I played it like a week ago.
But you know what's funny is my skills don't exactly fall off. They're exactly the same as they were.
Yeah.
The first game will be the roughest. But yeah.
It's be fun.
No, it'll be a good time. We'll actually race a little bit and you'll destroy me and it'll be fun.
Now the question is, and I know we stopped talking about, we're still
talking
about
CTR,
but it's more of a side. Are we gonna use items? I hate items.
Oh no! And when we race, the only items you can use are speed.
Well, what happens if you get like a clock? If that means you're stuck with an item. You know what I mean? Yeah. I thought I'm saying like sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. Oh well.
Get a clock. Well, Josh,
get a TNT in first place. Because you can let that go afterwards.
Yeah, but a clock. We don't talk about clocks.
Yeah, we will talk about that though in this episode.
Oh yeah, crap.
Real quickly though, we were talking about time trials.
Time trials, yes.
They're very difficult, and he mentioned Cortex Castle. There's 2 things that happen in time trials that we didn't touch in the other episode.
No.
Was that you go through it the first time, and there's a platinum relic.
No.
It starts off with sapphire relic.
You're thinking of the time trials that are in the actual adventure mode.
Right. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that as well.
Oh, okay.
In the adventure mode, you get sapphire, you get gold, and then you get platinum.
Yes.
And then when you cross over into the actual game mode of time trials, you have to post a fast enough time.
You have to beat a certain time, and then the end trophy, the boss of Crash 3, the third one, was like, you think you're fast, huh?
He controls time and space.
Yes. Let's see you handle my speed, and he races you, and he's like, impassable, you beat my best time.
Yeah, and then
Nitro's Brio comes out, and oh boy. See, the issue with this, because I have beaten a couple of Nitrous Brios, the issue, you do not get anything for beating all of Nitrous Brios time.
That's pretty rough.
Nothing. Nitrous Oxide.
Nitrous Oxide, yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering what you were talking about.
You don't get anything for beating all of his times.
Yeah.
So why would you do it?
It's called pride.
See, at that moment, I'm like...
But at the same time, I'm like, there's got to be like a cheat or something to every level, because some of those levels are impossible.
Cortex Castle.
Speaking of which, Cortex Castle. You cannot beat that time. I've seen one guy on YouTube, I've looked, only one guy. I don't know, I didn't really do an in-depth search, but one guy beat him. And it was just like, barely.
See, the issue here is that the time to summon Entropy is less than when you actually have to beat him. Mm-hmm. You have to get like a perfect run, full drift.
Just to summon him.
And then you can make like 6 mistakes and still beat him.
Mm-hmm. On most of the levels.
On Cortex Castle, you can do that.
Yeah.
But you have to have the perfect run. If I made a turn 2 degrees off, you've lost. It's that bad.
Yeah, it's legitimately that bad. So we just don't talk about that too very much. But we don't
I don't like Cortex Castle.
It's a rough level. But every other level is a lot of fun to do these time trials in the adventure mode, also in the...
The cool thing about the adventure mode time trials is that they have the time boxes from Crash 3. And if you get all the time boxes, this is how you get the golds and platinums, then they take off like 10 to 15 seconds off your time.
Exactly. And minuses time.
Which is really cool. I like that a lot. It's really rewarding to get all the time boxes.
It makes it a lot more fun, too. So, the time trials in the game itself, the actual story mode, is really fun, but kind of difficult.
Yes.
When you go to the time trial mode, it's just like...
Go fast. See, the nice thing is, you don't have to worry about anything. You just gotta go fast. You don't have to worry about boxes, nothing. Yeah. You go fast.
I want to go fast.
If you're not first, you're last.
The funny thing is, though, when you have the standard uploads, they're like 9 minutes, 59 seconds, and 99 milliseconds.
Yeah, kind of the max that they
can get. So when you set one, you're the number one. And if you play in your friends, which most people, when they first got the game, that was all they were doing was playing with friends. Yep. You actually don't realize that end trophy is behind that unless somehow you get a really great time and you're like, all of a sudden you're like, what is this? And then you realize you're like, oh, this is on every level.
Honestly, the amount of playability in Crash Team Racing is great. Now, after you beat it all, you're like, I don't want to play this game for a bit.
Yeah, but when you come back. I didn't play CTR for like 7 years. Yeah. Of course, those 7 years were PS2, PS3, PS4. It was like, brrr. Yeah. Kind of all came at once. And at the end of my PS3 reign is when I picked CTR back up. I actually bought it as a download for my PS3.
Yeah, I remember because we went to play it at our gaming event at church. It was amazing.
Had all the dudes over. All the dudes with dues. We did have Dew for that.
We did have Dew.
There was a lot of guys drinking Dew.
Dew and freaking Red Bull.
We had the Dew dudes, man. And if you don't know, Saturdays are for the Dew dudes.
Yeah, the Dew dudes.
The Dew dudes. Dew is for Do Saturday Do Dads. Anyways. Jeremy, Do Dads. I'm a Do Dad.
Diddly Do Dad?
That's right. No diddly.
No diddly.
No diddly.
Oh, darn diddly.
Oh, darn diddly do, a pirate's life for you.
Full review on Mountain Dew Spike real quick. It's a really good, consistent drink.
Oh, I'm every drink I'm enjoying.
Yeah, like it's
savoring it.
It's not like that bubbly Dew feel. It's got a really nice lemonade raspberry taste.
Very good.
It's
very tasty.
It's got the essence of a soda, but it doesn't sting like a soda. I think Wills would like this.
Probably, honestly, probably. So, William, since I know you're watching this. Go pick one up. You might like it.
Pretty good. I mean, he said he kind of liked the taste of Dew. He just doesn't like the bubbles. This has a lot less bubbles.
A lot less bubbles. He doesn't like the carbonation feeling.
Yes.
Which is why he doesn't drink Sprite as well. So the time trial, if you didn't realize when you were young, it was like big deal. It was kind of just proving who the best at each map was.
But now, as an adult, I'm like...
We figured out there's much more to it. There's so much backline.
Especially when I was at his house for like 3 weeks, every day.
We spent a lot of time.
I beat your time, Josh. Gosh dang it.
And then I'd be like, well, give me another one.
Yeah, basically how it would be like, I'm like,
no, fine, you win.
You're 10 seconds off, Josh.
Fine, you win. I beat your best time by 20 seconds, Josh. Oh!
Magic.
Anyways.
And then he'd make dinner or they switch dinners. They switch making dinners. And he was like, I give him like 30 minutes. I'm like, okay. He just keeps on going. I'm like, yeah, you got better than that. That's 12.
Yeah. So, but that's kind of how that one goes. And then, of course, we played the adventure mode together. Yes. We decided to start the game as a duo. Yes. I would play it the first time because he didn't really care to beat the people themselves. Yeah. Because he had done it so many times.
I'm like, just give me the time trial letters and we can split the CTR tokens.
Yeah, and then once you beat that, there's... Man, what is it after that?
The relics?
Yeah.
The relic gems?
The relics, yeah. Which was something completely different.
The cool thing is, when you get all the relics in a certain area, a cup opens for all of those areas, and you race for a colored gem.
That's what I was going for. The colored gems is what we were looking for. So we would go through, I would do the adventure mode, playing the guys, because I enjoyed playing the computers. I
hate items, and they just use items.
I loved items. That was my favorite part. So I would do that. Then I would hand the controller off to him after I finished level. He would do the same level. He'd get the
time trial.
A time trial done, and then we would split. If he did the last CTR, I would do the CTR. And back and forth, and we did the whole game that way. And then he played Nitrix and beat Nitrous Oxide.
Because at this time, Josh didn't know the secret. I'm like, watch this, Josh. She's like,
I had no idea that there was a secret jump.
I was like, watch this.
Which, by the way, you can see on his video.
Yes. Did it many times. Only messed up like once.
You did it on him too, I'm assuming. Oh. Because he's a cheater.
Okay. That's
the thing.
The bosses are all cheaters.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
It's not right.
Whenever you watch...
I mean, I get it. They're trying to make them hard.
Yes. When you watch the first boss on my channel... Ripperoo. Those are some good TNT placements. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to laugh. I almost lost the race.
I was explaining to him... Maybe you guys do this with our channel too, but I was like, man, I really want you to upload every day so I can watch a new installment of that because I want to get to the videos that I want to watch, like CTR. He's not going to be uploading for like a month. Or is that next? Because your Spyro was next.
No, it's CTR's next.
Oh, okay. So you're going to crash CTR and Spyro. Okay.
Crash has 2 more episodes.
Yeah.
So Monday...
And every time I'm watching those...
So Friday is when CTR first comes out.
Nice. 1 week. Less than a week now. So, but yeah.
6 days.
So CTR... All the bosses are they rig them so that they make them difficult. I mean, I can understand it. This was kind of a kid's game at heart, but they wanted to make it difficult for everybody who played it. But sometimes it just seemed too rigged.
Seemed wrong.
Yeah, I mean, and I get that he's the final boss. Nitrous Oxide is the final boss. You actually can beat him twice.
Yes.
He challenged you again. Yeah, he challenged you.
Oh, you beat me at a fluke. And if you collect all my relics and gems and CTR tokens, then you can race to see who's the fastest in the universe.
One more time. And it doesn't change the difficulty level on that one.
It stays the same.
But he's just... It's bullcrap, though.
He does the skip. Uh-oh.
Oh, that would suck, right? But if you don't use this skip, I mean... Because I never knew about it. Yeah. But we did beat him as a kid. But, I mean, just like that. I remember doing it. I did it like... I think I did that race 20 times.
See, the issue, for one, for most bosses, for every boss, actually, besides him, if you hit him with an item, they get knocked down like you do.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
He just spins for like a quick second and then keeps going.
Yes, it keeps the speed.
Yeah.
So when you hit him, you have to hit him where he hits a corner, and then he'll stop.
And you got to hit him like boom, boom, boom.
His recovery is very fast.
Very good.
Which is the reason why he's not a playable character, because that would be broken.
Oh, it would have been fun, though. However, there is a hidden character. We'll get to him in a minute. But, actually, there's 3 hidden characters.
There's 3.
And we'll get to those in a minute. But, first we want to talk about Nitrous Oxide, the jump. Now, normally, when you play a guy like... The first Ripperoo, he drops TNTs, and on the last round, he pushes Nitro down.
Sometimes.
Kind of difficult, but yeah, he does that.
It's dealable.
And then the next, Papu, he puts down potions.
Which is
difficult, but you can avoid them, kind of thing.
The next one, which is Komodo Joe, he throws TNTs. Yeah, and so when they blow up, it's a loud weapon. Very good.
Yeah, it blows up when it hits ground. Which was... if you got too close to him behind him, it was kind of...
It was really hard to keep up with him, because if you got to the point where you kept up with him and he threw a TNT and you hit it...
you're in trouble, yeah.
Trust me. I know this. Yeah. You get you mad.
So, there's that guy. And then the very next guy after him is Pinstripe.
Pinstripe.
Which he throws cannonballs, which can go backwards, forwards, or sideways.
He's pretty easy considered.
He's fairly easy compared to all the other ones.
Yes.
And then once you figure out on his map...
It does help he's got to skip.
Yeah. When you figure out on his map there's a big skip, it's completely
It's child's play.
Yeah, it's over at that point. You're like, oh, you can go ahead and get out front there. You don't hit me with that. I'll just spin around here and bam, you're done. And then the very next guy after that is Nitrous Oxide. And you're like, well, okay, so you assume in your back of your mind, you're like, he's probably going to
use missiles or something.
It's kind of funny that they didn't include one more boss that did the missiles.
Yeah, it was weird. I thought he would use missiles. And he's like, no, hey, there's a Nitro already. Nitro? Oh, by the way, here's 3 red potions.
You're like, oh, this is bullcrap.
Excuse me. Oh, he's a cannonball.
He used everything from every boss.
Except for the rockets.
Except for the rockets. And because no other boss had a rocket. Yes. And he didn't need boost. He was that fast.
Yeah, so you're like...
Yeah, so on top of everything else, you're like, okay, so he gets everything that every boss that I've faced so far
upgraded.
It's very difficult already, because, yeah, they're all upgraded from the very start. It's very difficult for that. Plus, he cheats right off the start, and he goes on the second...
the red
one instead of the green one. It's bullcrap. If you know drag racing, he goes early and nothing happens to him.
Yes.
So on top of all the other advantages he gets, on top of the extra boost he leaves in the beginning, he actually is faster than any character in the league.
Yes.
It's bull.
It's really bull.
It's very annoying.
Me personally as a kid, I never beat it.
I did.
But
it took me a long time.
I'm surprised they made that for kids.
Yeah, it was, dude,
A little rigged.
Yeah, and then Shae comes over to my house. We're doing this 3 weeks, and we come up to this. I think we got into the first week. Because we weren't. He wouldn't play the adventure when I wasn't home.
No. It was wrong.
He would just do all the time trials and stuff.
Yeah.
But when we finally get to nitrous oxide, he goes. I go, man, this guy is the most difficult guy I think I've ever raced.
I'm like,
he goes, trust me, I got this. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, let me show you something. And so he's racing, right? And on the very first lap, boom, he does the jump.
He's like, what are you...
that's out of bounds. He's like, oh.
He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, watch.
And then, bam, boom. Lands it, and he's way out front.
I just see Josh, I just pause, I just look at Josh, he's like...
I was like,
Because I did not do the skip on the normal race.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, because I wanted to surprise him.
You got to understand, too, when you do this, there's a lot of levels where you're doing jumps, and you can see other parts of the track, and you're like, man, how great would it be if you could just jump onto that side of the track?
Yeah.
And every time I tried that with all the other maps, it was instant death.
And this one was really weird, because you couldn't even see it.
Yeah, you didn't even see it. And then all of a sudden, he does this, he jumps off, I'm like, oh, bull crap.
I'm gonna try to remember to edit it in there to show you the jump. I will try to do it.
Yeah, we'll do it right now.
You're in the way. Everything. I don't know if I hit it. I did. We're good.
And we're back.
Hopefully I've done it.
Yeah. If you didn't, oh well. But here's the deal. That was crazy, right?
It was ridiculous.
And if you didn't see it with him do it, you can go look it up on his channel when he uploads the CTR. It'll probably be before this comes out.
Yes, it was.
So, you guys, it was like, wow, what a mind-blowing experience. And of course, from that moment on, you never do it normally.
Oh, it was just...
Yeah, from that moment on, you're like, I don't even care what Nitrogen thinks he can do. I got him beat.
I skipped half the map. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and the adventure mode was really fun.
It is a really good...
They had 3 different modes inside of it, and then there was an extra mode on top of that just to do it again. It had a lot of playability. That's why we did it for 3 weeks.
Yes.
We had a lot to do.
It had that much replayability.
Yeah, 3 weeks of gaming straight. I mean, all night, every night. That's a lot of gaming for.
I will say it's starting to not
stale,
but when you keep on doing Cortex Castle for 3 days,
that was annoying.
And I still didn't do it.
I don't think you can. I don't know how you can if you can.
But the issue is the moment I do it, it's easy peasy because his time is lower than the what it is.
Yeah, and then he finally gets that precious 100%.
And then only then. Will I have engine, oh my gosh, Entropy as a playable character.
Yeah, you can get Entropy through certain cheats sometimes.
Not in the North American version.
I think it's in the Japanese version only.
I think so.
But yeah, the only way you can get the Entropy character is by beating all of his time trials.
There's a message for you.
There's a message for me. But so there's that, and then there's 3 other characters. 2 other characters. 2 other characters.
There was technically a third, but only for Japan.
Right. What was the one only for Japan?
It was nitrous oxide.
Nitrous oxide. They decided it was just too much.
I don't blame them.
But you have to understand, I just learned this today. Yesterday. Day before yesterday. When they make games for Japan, they actually lower the difficulty level when they release it in America.
Mm-hmm.
So when we see a very hard, it's actually just their hard.
They've now kind of scaled that to where it's pretty much even. Some games actually in America are harder than they are in Japan.
But back in the 90s, like this game...
Interesting enough, Crash Bandicoot 2, kind of off topic, Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3, Crash has a higher speed, jump, and everything. Basically, Crash is better in the Japanese version. He's strong, he's faster, and he moves, he jumps higher.
There's several games out there that were made for Japan first and then came to America that if you pick easy, they ridicule you for it. It's kind of funny that way. But I say that because they will actually give you certain characters in Japan where they won't give them to you here. So nitrous oxide is one of those characters, and then you also can get Fake Crash.
Fake Crash, which...
How did you get Fake Crash?
It's a cheat code.
It was only a cheat code, right?
The next 2 characters are cheat codes only.
Yeah, you can't unlock them. You just have to know the cheat
You got to remind me from the magazines back in the day, or now
there was a lot of different
the internet.
Ways to get them. But yeah, so you get Fake Crash.
I kind of miss the magazines, don't you?
Yeah, the actual magazines for each game, yeah. Not just Game Informer, because Game Informer sucks.
Yeah, it's just game reviews now. You just look this up online.
Yeah, it's not very good.
You know, but back in the day, I had this big cheat book that I bought at my school fair, and I used that thing. It was just shredded at a certain point. You know,
it's awesome.
Because you know, when you look, you're like,
Command and Conquer had a full list of cheat codes that you could
Spyro the Dragon, there he is.
Yeah.
I haven't done any of the cheats on it, but I might.
I like the ones that give you walkthroughs too. That you could buy like a walkthrough. Like, I never bought a walkthrough for Skyrim because it's just wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm having my buddy. He did buy a walkthrough.
Skyrim is your choice. There is no. You are the adventure.
I think he bought the walkthrough for Oblivion.
That one's.
I didn't get to play Oblivion very much. I did a little bit, but he played it more than I did. I think he bought the walkthrough for it just for certain parts because some of the stuff is just impossible to find.
Yeah.
But I don't think he bought it for Skyrim. I think we figured that we did get the map because he bought it early.
Oh,
we got the map that went on the wall and we
Yeah.
marked that thing like crazy.
I had that too. I really wanted to put it up on my wall, but you know, that's not your wall. Now I'm like, do you see this? It's on the wall, baby.
There's a blue part on the back of that one.
It's deep.
It
was so they could.
But we had a cork board.
Yeah.
And we actually pinned it to the cork board, and then anytime we'd find something very specific, we'd put it up there so that if the other person didn't know it was there, then they could go and find it. It was something special.
It was really nice. I like that.
Because if it was two different stories, like me and Andrew were playing two different stories, when he found something, I would look at the board when I come into play. I'd be like, nothing's changed. And if I found something, he would do the same thing.
Yeah.
If something changed, then you could go to that part of the map and figure it out. It was kind of like a key more than it was actual map because there was no actual information. It was just points of locations.
Yeah.
X's, and you draw a little dragon or something for a dragon to skull or whatever. It was all kinds of fun stuff. But back in these days, cheat codes were a big deal in the games. They included them on purpose.
Yes, they
I don't think they do that anymore.
They don't. I'm really sad.
I miss you.
Now, I will say, I think it's really cool in the remaster for Crash is that you do enter a certain code on the Crash 3 menu that was available so you can play Spyro the Dragon. It actually does do something. It doesn't give you a game or anything. Let me just tell you that now. Yeah. But I feel like this is a hint for Spyro Remastered. Probably. Because you do a code, and then your cursor completely disappears, nothing happens, but your cursor's gone, and at this point, people are like, that's the Spyro code. So I'm guessing Spyro's coming soon.
Maybe they just didn't want to take the line of code out.
Well, you think they made that whole hub menu. They would not have just missed that on purpose. I mean, on accident.
I don't know. I have no way of knowing.
I'm guessing we're gonna get Spyro in the next year or two.
That would be cool. Speaking of getting things, Fake Crash, and then
Penta Penguin, the character that is the most OP character in the North American version.
Yeah, he was the best. So, he was the fastest, had the best handling.
Penta Penguin, how they have their stats? It's 1 through 5.
Mm-hmm.
Penta Penguin speed 5. Penta Penguin acceleration 5. Penta Penguin handling 5. Everything. 5 out of 5.
5s, yeah. But he didn't handle. He handled a little strange.
He was handled too smoothly.
Yeah, it was weird. You didn't have any clicks.
No, it was just like sliding on ice. Yeah. Smooth.
Speaking of the stats, Fake Crash was exactly as the normal standard
as Crash,
which was
3. Yeah, Crash is completely
right in the middle.
Balanced. Right in the middle, perfect. Intermediate. Mm-hmm. No, he's considered the easy character.
Yeah, he's considered.
And then Coco and Dingo Dial are considered the intermediates because they have low speed, high acceleration.
Yeah.
Which then there's the hard characters.
And handling was Coco.
Was also okay. Then there was Tiny.
Whereas and Dingo had speed and acceleration, but no handling.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Tiny had no handling, and he had all speed and all acceleration as well.
Tiny had
he was
full speed.
4-4-2.
Yeah.
Was it? No, 5-5-1.
No, I don't think it was that. I think it was 5.
We'll figure it out.
I was like 5-3-1 or whatever.
We'll figure it out on the next.
It was low.
Yeah.
But I remember on the bars,
he couldn't turn.
You're like, Tiny's speed was like this. Handling.
It was like, turn, you stupid, turn.
But then you just see him like the computer's effortlessly drifting across the biggest gap. Like,
yeah, when you're playing against Tiny, he's all, boop, no big deal. You're like, that's bull.
Yeah.
I drifted that same corner with him. He did not do that.
No.
Of course, the computer knows exactly how to handle each character, but whatever.
What? I think they're cheap.
Whatever. Yeah, they have ketchup. Obviously, there's ketchup on this game, but
ketchup.
That was actually made back in the day for kids.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Still to this day, it's still there.
I hate ketchup.
I hate it so bad.
If you can't catch up on your own, you don't get to play.
Yeah. Now, I do accept, like, your last place. Sure. Okay.
I can accept them getting better boxes.
Okay, boosts, yes. You get you up there faster. It's more fair. Oh, here's a clock. No. Oh, here's a blue shell or a blue lightning, whatever you want to call it.
We're roughly at 34 minutes.
We got to stop it.
Yeah, so But yeah, there's a lot of things. But we wanted to compare this real quick to Mario Brother.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
I'm going to compare this personally to Mario Kart 8 because that's the one I have in my living room. I play with my little sisters.
Yeah, and this is meaning it's been advanced.
It's been, like 2015, I think.
And I've played it a few times myself.
It's quite fun.
It's fun.
It's pretty.
But yeah, and it's got great graphics, but let's point out the major flaw.
It does not handle as smoothly as Crash Team Racing, a game made in 2000.
I don't know who the guy that made this, and it wasn't even analog, it was all D-pad. I don't understand how he made this game so good.
So good.
The handling was perfect. The jumping was perfect. Everything that you did in this game, it was all on you.
Yes.
If you excelled, it was because of you.
The only thing I would say that's what kind of BS, and it's a glitch in the first place, is that jump on the balloon when you have to cross that giant thing. But that's not meant to happen.
No, if you can get it, though. If you can get it.
It's not meant to do it, but...
You can.
You can.
You can win a game like that. If you know you're about to lose and you can see him making the U-turn, you can go for it. You cannot. Screw it, I'm going to lose anyways. How did you beat me? I know the master.
Give me $5.
Anyways. But compared to the games, we liked CTR more than that. And just mainly because of handling. Because the items and stuff are very similar.
Very similar.
The gameplay itself, the way the characters react with the other characters, very similar. The amount of characters, very similar. Except I think there was a few more characters in Mario because it's Mario.
It's also a newer game. It can handle more things.
So that was the only difference between, but we enjoy the playability of the CTR way more.
Way more.
Quickly, because we only have a few more minutes. We keep mentioning this clock. And there's certain items in the game we just don't play with. We don't like to play with. They're there, though.
They're there.
You get missiles, which are homing missiles that can hit the guy and knock
BS,
him.
but acceptable.
There's cannonballs, which you can aim forward, backwards, or sideways.
I like a lot more.
It's very cool because you have to have some gameplay. You have to have some knowledge.
Yeah, skill. It takes you. You have to aim it.
There's potions, green and red. Green is just a one-time hit. Red is a hit, and it slows you down.
Yeah, put the little ring puddle above you.
Yeah, there's Nitro and TNT.
TNTs.
Actually, Nitro would be better to hit than a TNT because Nitro hits you one time, then you go. TNT, you have to try and bounce it off, and if you don't bounce it off, you're dead. Yeah. And then you get the extra time of trying to bounce it off. But at the same time, you can bounce it off if you're good.
Yes.
So if you're a new player and you're like, I don't know how to bounce it off, just hit the TNT. Don't hit the TNT, hit the Nitro. It's going to take less time.
Yeah.
Then there's also a speed boost, which looks like a little turbo booster.
It's a Nitro.
Boom. It's like hitting a speed pad.
Not Nitro, it's a NOS.
Yeah, it's like a NOS syringe. It's very cool, very nice. There's the Tiki Mask, or Aku Aku.
Or if you want to call it, the Mario Star, that's what it is.
Yeah, it makes you faster, and it keeps everything from being able to hit you, and you can knock people out with it.
Yes, it's super good.
Speaking on the same level, but the only way it doesn't make you any faster is a bubble. You get a blue or a green one. Blue one fades, eventually goes away. The green one stays.
Green fades, blue stays.
Strike that, reverse it. So, and the only way you get these better ability on the thing is by getting 10 Wampa Fruit in boxes.
That's one thing I
like
love.
Coins in Mario.
But see, the issue with coins in Mario, it just makes you slightly faster. Wampa Fruit gives your items a boost and makes you go slightly faster.
Correct.
It turns it into a completely different item.
So there's that.
Generally.
Yeah, there's that.
The missiles don't change much.
You get 3 of them instead of 1.
No, you can get 3 randomly anyway.
Yeah.
I think they just get extra speed. I think they go faster.
Maybe they get a little extra speed. I think they actually they heighten your amount of 3s. Because I seem to get more 3s when I have 10 than
that just might be a coincidence though.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think it just heightens the speed and makes the blast bigger.
So we'll have to look that up.
So instead of just like a tap, it might launch you in the air. Just dun.
Maybe because it does increase all of the abilities of the things. So and then there is 2 more things that we don't like.
No.
Of course, the mask when you have 10 Wampa Fruit stays longer.
Yes.
And you have the Aku Aku mask for the good guys, and you get Ooga Ooga for the bad guys, which is Tiny, Dingodile,
Cortex,
Nitro,
Penta Penguin,
whatever that
Fake
name
Crash.
is. Anyways.
All of those get those.
Yeah, they get the Ooga Ooga. And then we get these two very, very valuable boxes, and they only give them to you if you're in last place.
Yes.
Or very far back.
7th place, 6th place.
First is the Ball of Death.
See, regular Ball of Death, it will just hit first place.
It only goes for first place. You have 10 Wampa Fruit Ball of Death.
It hits everybody.
It's going to literally go out of its way to hit the next person in line. Boom.
There's no counter.
Boom.
There is no counter. If you have a bubble, that's the only way.
Yeah. Or Aku Aku. We'll stop it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, it's really bull crap.
Really bull.
But at the same time, it hits everyone behind them
It's
or
acceptable.
in front of them, so you don't lose your place unless they come up and beat you.
Yes, it's acceptable.
Yeah. Now, we come to the most BS one, which if you have 10, it's longer amount of time.
And slows you down even more.
Slows you down even more, except for the person who hit it, and that is the clock.
The clock.
So what it is, it shows a little clock picture, and you hit it, and first it's going to bounce you up in the air and jumble you up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then from that moment on, your character goes, and it seems
It
like...
flattens all your tires.
Yeah, it seems like you can't drive hardly. You go from 30 miles an hour to 5.
You go from 90 miles to 5.
Yeah, it's like, you're like, what in the crap? And if they didn't have 10, it's over in like 10 seconds, and you still can kind of go. If they have the 10 Whopper fruit, you're going 1 mile an hour.
Like 15 seconds,
yeah,
too.
you're going like 1 mile an hour, so they can really catch up with that.
And Naughty Dog knew this item was overpowered, but they kept it in, because if you play Versus, you get little special tiles. If you call a lot of clocks, you get called the Clock Jock.
Yep. I've been called that before.
I hate the clock.
It was fun. Now, we say we don't play with this because if you're the one who gets it, a lot of fun for you. Mm-hmm. If you're anybody else, you're absolutely in misery pain.
Yes.
It's not fair. So when we get that in a game, you don't use it if you can. If you're that far back, you don't need to use it.
I remember one time we were playing, and Josh fell into a pit of lava. I'm like, he's invincible. Boop. And I hit it, I'm like, yeah, item! And then I got an I'm like, coming through, Josh. It was so nice. I'm like, thank you for falling.
Yeah, is what it is. So there's that. Those are the items that we do and do not do. Those are all the items that I can remember at the moment.
Besides the invisibility and the big,
engine
block.
which we discussed earlier. And the funny was the invisibility was like a little box and it showed 2 eyes and then like boing!
Like spikes. At first I thought like, does it make you like spiky?
That would be cool.
Yeah.
So there's that, guys. Thanks you for that CTR game. It was an amazing game. Whoever made that, you are the man, or the men, or the women, or the men and women. You guys are amazing.
The people.
You are the people of my life.
You're the people champ.
You're the champs. Do me a favor though. If you know somebody who has any kind of ties with that, share this video to them. Because everyone that is our age is asking for this.
I want it remastered.
I can't think of anybody who wouldn't play that game.
I mean, my little sister said if the game didn't look so bad, young kids, they don't know what they're talking about.
I enjoy this game though.
Oh yeah, they enjoy playing the game. They just don't like how it looks. They'd rather play Mario Kart because it's pretty and shiny. Kids don't have class.
Children, anyways. But yeah, please send this to them.
So you got 2 instant buyers right here.
Oh, but for sure.
But then I also
from the
know,
moment I hear it comes out, like you can now pre-order it. Bing, pre-ordering it. I used a credit card. Don't care.
Didn't even ask wife. Didn't care.
No, I wouldn't. Unfortunately, I would not ask in that situation. For her, unfortunate, but.
You can play too.
She likes CTR, so I don't have to worry about it. I know she'll let me buy it.
Yeah.
So, but that's one of the things. You guys got to bring that out.
I would go into crippling debt.
Oh, we would be just zombies though. Every night we'd be playing because I assume
if they don't, they're stupid.
If it's in PlayStation 4, there's ability to play online multiplayer.
Oh.
There's got to be the ability to, and
Please.
we will be playing together.
Josh, what? Beep beep.
Josh, what? Use it, you wouldn't use it! Ominous. Anyways, so that's CTR, guys. All the fun, all the rage that comes with it is built in. You have to play it to understand it.
Oh, yes.
Man, I want to play some CTR, we're going to.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys, you can click through on through one of these days coming up. You'll see the CTR upload of us playing it.
Yep. And if you want to go look, by the time this episode's been out, the entire series of my CTR, except for time trials.
But this is just by him. You don't get to see any of my interactions.
Yeah, you get to see my boring just by me commentating. You know, it's really awkward.
And his really awesome patent-pending outros.
My signature. Bad outros.
Yeah. So, but...
What?
It's just that every time you stand up like that. Anyways. So that's what it is, guys. If you look below, there's plenty of stuff to go and follow. There's Facebook, Instagram,
Twitter,
and of course, there's always that Patreon where you can give us $1 bills. You can give us a drink. Give us a drink.
Give us a do.
We need some do.
My channel.
Yep, and his channel's down there as well.
Yes.
Down there. There's a like button down there with a little thumbs up.
There's also the dislike button.
Yeah, and there's a subscribe button that's red. You guys can go ahead
and
and
subscribe. There's
subscribe
also a notification button that's right next to that subscribe.
If you're subscribed, you can hit that notification button and let us know.
It's only for subscribers.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're not subscribing, why would you want notifications of us uploading?
That'd be something. Like, I want notifications when they upload.
I want to know when they upload so I can go and dislike their videos.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
Hey man, any publicity
That would be
is good
fun.
publicity.
That would be funny.
Think of the Infinite Warfare trailer. It got like 3 million dislikes.
Yeah, so guys, thank you again. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, I am Josh.
And I, as always, Jim Shae.
For Two Dudes Who Do.
And like the dude.
We'll see you later.
Thanks.
Ba-ba-ba-da-da. Drink through every day.
I was empty on my view.
And of course,